on your smooth soul and R&B station on the World Wide Web.
Access granted.
In Touch Radio.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host, guests, and callers who are responsible for their content and do not reflect the opinions of In Touch Radio or its staff.
I've been around the block. Woo! I stole a couple hearts. I won't lie. These eyes have seen a lot.
Gotta stay woke. Listen up to Dr. Michelle Williams and Walter Dunn show. Stay woke. Listen up to Dr. Michelle Williams and Walter Dunn show. Stay woke.
Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay. Wake up, Tampa Bay. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Welcome to the Stay Woke Show. This is Dr. Michelle Williams, your host for today's episode. And I want to thank my engineer behind the man, behind the man, behind the man, behind the man, behind the man. Big E on the switchboard today. Big E, how you doing, baby? He said he all right, he good. We got to get B a microphone so, he could be interacting with me over here. You know.
I got a microphone, good.
Okay. Now he came in with that suave. He came in with, let me throw my panties to you. We going to be good today, y'all. We going to be good.
We're going to be good today.
Listen, guys, we're going to have an awesome show today. We're going to start talking about everything under the sun today. So the call-in number for today's episode is area code 813-444-9588. Oh, look at that synchronization.
Like I'll do it.
Guys, we want to say a warm, happy May to each of you. I know if you're living in the state of Florida, we have been experiencing some high temperatures. I want to remind you all to stay hydrated. Please stay hydrated. Please make sure that you're taking your pharmaceutical meds. Make sure that if you become faint, stay in the house. But the most important thing is for each of you to stay hydrated. Guys, this morning on my way over to the station, I was able to catch the Straight Up the Middle show with attorney Clinton Paris, and he shared some phenomenal news. If you live in the state of Florida, you know anything about Duval County, honey. They just elected their first female mayor, Duval County, honey. And she just so happened to be a black queen. So just all the better. Duval County is celebrating right now. This young, beautiful queen has made national, not only state news, but she's making national news as being the first ever elected mayor in Duval County, who just happens to be a melanated black queen. And we want to say congratulations to her and her victory. And something that I was listening to Clint's call-in host that was on the show with him this morning, when I loved the way she was exclaiming that she ran a clean campaign, no smear tactics, no smear mailers. And it takes me all the way back to Tampa City Councilwoman Lynn Hertek, who chose not to participate in the mudslinging as her opponent that was running against her, Janet Cruz. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to put out derogatory things against Lynn Hertek, but God was the victor, and Lynn got in, and Lynn was right here on this show, sat right here in this chair to the right of me, and I told her, you just be quiet and let God give you the victory, and that's exactly what happened, and I'm so happy that she didn't. But it's a shame before God and anybody's business that how they came after her husband with the FBI raid of her home, stayed there all day, and basically to go and look for a needle in a haystack, and it's just downright disgrace. But people are tired of the smear tactics of the campaigns when candidates are running and political elections are up for a seat. It's horrible. It is absolutely horrible that people have to go to the extent to try to smear another's name because you don't have anything else but to, your energy, that it lets you know that a person's where a person's mindset is at. If they have to go to the links of saying, you know what, I know I'm going to lose, but if I'm going to lose, I'm going to make sure that I lie on this person. I'm going to make sure that I say things about this person that always has something on another person's mental about this. And this is not what we're going. This is not the way America is supposed to run. And I'm just so, I'm just appalled at how these organizations and these different money packs that they get behind these political candidates, and if they're set to lose, then they start, you know what, we're just going to spend this money down, and what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and wreak havoc in the community, and we're going to stir up strife. And that's why we can't come together as a human race, not as a black race, not as a white race, not as a Hispanic race, and not the other nationalities who are here in the U.S., but as a human race, because everybody thinks that the only way that you can fight is by smearing somebody, tarnishing their name, tarnishing their reputation. And I always tell people, I'm a spiritual leader in the community here in the state of Florida, and I always tell people, it's your character. Always watch your character. Your reputation is what other people think and say about you, but your character is what you display and what you live every day. So as long as you're watching your character, you better believe that God Almighty is going to take care of the rest. Now we're going to get right into it. Now, y'all know I've been real heavy on this governor of the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis. And honey, I ain't trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell you. Ron DeSantis will just not let up. He will not let up. But what was a shame before anybody's God is yesterday when I had some downtime and I was looking at the internet. Well, actually, it was Thursday and Friday yesterday, and I was looking at the internet. So all of these big home builders that hired these Mexicans to work for them, nobody showed up to go to work because now Ron DeSantis is threatening to pull the permits off the building of the homes in these subdivisions and neighborhoods if illegal immigrants are. So the Mexicans say, are you going to do it like that? We got something up our sleeve. We ain't going to show up to work. So now I'm hoping that when a homeowner is due to move into their home come June and they can't move into their home because it's not finished, I'm hoping that the homeowner starts suing the governor, because you implemented a law that is so racist and is so downright disgraceful. Who else is going to build these homes? I don't see white American men out there building homes the way they used to build. I don't see white American men out there working on the side of the roads like they used to. White men says, look, we're not getting ready to do this stuff anymore. So now you want to take away the only race and class of people who are willing to come over to the U.S., work their fingers to the bone, to take care of their families, to send back their money home to Mexico, to help their loved ones that's there. But you want to take away the only labor that the U.S. has to build our homes, to plow our fields, to plant our vegetables. You want to take away the only class of people that's helping America. And you know what? This morning, I stand with the Mexicans. I stand with every immigrant in the United States that has had to come to this nasty country thinking that they were going to have civil liberties and live under the guise of democracy, and they can't even live this way. It is a shame how he's implementing these racist laws. So now he knows that he's not going to win if he announces that he wants to run for president in 2024. He now knows that he's not going to win. So what does he do? He has the Florida Senate and the House of Representatives to co-sign, and they signed a bill where he can stay governor and run for the president. Because if he loses the presidency run, it means he's still going to be the governor of the state of Florida. Y'all want to weigh in on this conversation? The call-in number is 813-444-9588. If you have any family members that do not have all of their legal papers together, I have a very, very good attorney downtown Tampa, Attorney Neal. He is an immigration attorney, and I would love to get you all in contact with him. There are many, many immigrant attorneys here. Another one is a beautiful immigration attorney, Kimi Uguntegi. She is over off of Cass Street in Tampa. Go over there and see her. But I don't want anyone. And the laws have become so strict with the immigrants. Now, it now says that if you have illegal immigrants inside your home, that you can be charged with a third-degree felon. You could be charged with a third-degree felon if you have an immigrant living in your home in the state of Florida. Now, what if you got somebody that says, you know, who going around telling, going around saying, hey, prove to me that you got your paperwork together. Sometimes it's the immigration office that, with all of these immigration applications that's coming in, sometimes it's the office that, can't keep up with the fluctuating and the increase of the documentations that's coming in. So things get lost in the mail. People can't afford to keep up with their post office boxes. Because I don't know about you, but it looks like to me, the United States Postal Service, they're winning because a post office box for a year, a medium-sized post office box is almost $700 and something a year. I'm like, well, what type of mail you get that? What type of mail you get that you finna pay almost $1,000 a year for a post office box? So, the legal system here in the United States, it needs an overhaul. It needs to be revamped. We have to get rid of the old Jim Crow. We have to get rid of the old laws, and we need more implications. We need more young people. We need more young politicians running for office. Not only this, here in another headline, it says doctors fear deadly consequences from the Florida immigration bill. Some Southwest Florida doctors are worried that a new bill cracking down on illegal immigration could have deadly consequences for their patients. If signed by Governor Ron DeSantis, the bill would require hospitals that accept Medicaid to ask patients about their citizenship status. So now if you are an illegal, I don't like using that word, illegal citizen. If you are a person who was not born and raised in America and you're here and you're an immigrant, now, if you receive state benefits through the state of Florida, i.e. Medicaid or food stamps, now when you go to the doctor, the emergency room, or you're hospitalized, they have to ask you now by law, because Governor Ron DeSantis signed the law, they now have to ask you by law whether or not you are an illegal immigrant. And they run your name and your social security number through the national immigration system in ICE. And if your paper documentation is not up to par, ICE comes in and they arrest you right there on the spot in the hospital. This is what the new bill, this is what Governor Ron DeSantis has done. This man has stirred up more racism fever than we were already seeing. And I don't know why this morning that, I'm just minding my own beauty business, putting on my makeup, getting myself ready, doing a whole praise and worship break in the bathroom. And I don't know what made me think about George Zimmerman this morning. Maybe because we're coming up on the anniversary, of all of the marches that we were having in the state of Florida for Trayvon Martin. But I watched how white Americans funneled George Zimmerman money for killing a black teenage child. And that's the aspect that we must look at, the nastiness of what has happened in America, that if you kill a black person, white America applauds you and they send you millions of dollars, because George Zimmerman received millions of dollars from killing Trayvon Martin. This is what America looks like. This is what America looks like. We're going to stop it here, guys who are listening on YouTube, who are listening to us live. We're going to take a brief commercial break, and we're going to be right back so we can finish these hot topics today, brought to you by The Stay Woke Show with Dr. Michelle Williams. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecues? Come see them two brothers in the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, collard greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man. Call Ricky. Ask Ricky. You need medical or a lawyer?
believe we 100. Down 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay. Call Ricky, he coming. He taking kids state of Florida. Grab a pen of sundown. 184-361 Rick. That's 184-361-425. Never word from the point forward, just recline. Just ask Ricky, plus your boy stay fine. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 184-361 Rick. Call Ricky, ask Ricky. Is a legal medical referral service. The doctors and lawyers in our network are trained in handling auto injury claims and giving you the best medical treatment and recovery. Dial 1-844-361 Rick. That's 1-844-361-7425. Ricky. Ask Ricky.
Nestled in the heart of West Tampa, the Maduro Marauder Cigar Lounge offers a wide variety of premium cigars from Esteli, Nicaragua. In addition, the lounge offers a relaxed environment for you to come back, lay, chill, and relax and smoke a great cigar. Visit us at our brick and mortar location, 1944 West Main Street, Tampa, as well as online, www.maduromarauders.com.
This is Attorney Clinton Parrish. Accidents are beyond your control, but deciding who will represent you is your decision. If you've been injured, call me at the law office of Clinton Parrish for a free consultation. 813-413-7924. Offices Riverview.
Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay. Welcome back to the Stay Woke Show this morning with your host, Dr.Michelle Williams. I want to say I send all of my love and my greetings and my salutations to my faithful Facebook followers who have been following me for the last 15 plus years on social media. I want to thank you all for your continued support. Let me go ahead and give a few community announcements. This June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I am hosting my second annual Breaking Generational Curses Conference. And I am telling you, people from all over the world, and as far as Canada will be joining me this year, people from Clovis, California, and I even have a few who are carpooling. There are 18 that are carpooling from New Mexico. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy that this year's event is going to be wonderful. Let me give you guys a breakdown of how the event is going to happen. So on that Thursday, people are going to start coming into town. We're going to do a few tours with the private car service, and then on Friday we're all going to meet at the Hard Rock Casino on the second floor in the food court, and we're going to sit down and we're going to break bread and have gags and giggles. On that Saturday is when it all goes down, honey. I'm going to be there, the keynote speaker, where I'm going to be giving you the blueprint from the Bible, how to break generational curses. And a lot of you all may think that sometimes you are going through life and you just wonder why you can't come up and why you were not chosen and why everybody else is making it out of the pot except you. And this is where I'm going to break everything down to you and explain the blueprint of how God's blessings and favor can rain upon you if you follow this blueprint. Then on that Sunday, oh my goodness, it goes down at the river. It goes down at the river. It goes down at the river. On that Sunday at 2 p.m., we all meet at the river for the river experience, where we call down the Spirit of the Holy One and we ask him to rain down his blessings on us and help us to remove the generational curses. And sometimes, have you ever noticed sometimes in your family that you have a family member that seems like everything they touch turns to gold? Everything that they do, it turns to gold. Their ideas turn to gold. Everything that they market turns to gold. Everything that they want to do, it turns, and they're so successful. Well, if you look at it, genetically, God tells us in the Bible, it is in the Bible, that it's always going to be one family member that will break the chains and become the millionaire. It's always one family member. But if you don't know the blueprint, if you don't know the blueprint, and if you don't have the blueprint in front of you, you don't know how to break the curses and how you can obtain that same type of wealth. So if you guys are interested in coming, please reach out to me at my cell phone number, 813-857-8170, and I will send you all the link for you all to reserve your free ticket. And this is a family-friendly event, so if you're bringing children under the age of 18 will receive a free gift box that I'm putting together myself, like I've always. Or
I got 3 kids. I'm telling you.
Yep. I need their names and their ages so we can do them some boxes. And so guess what? All the boxes have beautiful pictures of black kings and queens and the Disney characters. I wanted everything black. I ain't want no Snow White. Nah, give me the Princess and the Frog. Give me somebody that look like my grandchildren. Give me somebody that look like me, got the same skin color as me. So again, guys, you all are welcome to join me this June 2nd, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. For my 2nd annual Breaking Generational Curse Conference. I'm so happy, but the event is free. However, you must reserve a ticket for seating purposes, okay? The event is free, and if you want to come to Tampa, you just simply give me a shout out, 813-857-8170, and I will send you the link for you to reserve your seat for the event. And I'm so thankful. Guys, don't forget what's coming up next month. We have, if you guys go into any of your local businesses, please don't forget to get your free copy of the In Touch News and Radio. Please don't forget to get a copy of the newspaper by the owners, Tampa Bay Tammy and DJ Mr. Daryl Johnson. Make sure that you all get a free copy of this month's newspaper because it talks about the event of Juneteenth. And Juneteenth is taking off. It's finally got some teeth. It's gaining momentum, and I'm so happy that our young teenagers and our young adults are participating more in Juneteenth to know that this is about our ancestors. This is about our heritage and everything that this governor of the state of Florida, this Republican governor, I really believe that he's a rhino. I really don't even believe that Ron DeSantis is a Republican. I just feel it in my heart and my soul. But God, if I'm wrong, please correct me softly. But I feel in my heart that he's a rhino. He just pretending to be a Republican so he can get this Republican money. And he knows that the only way that he's going to get big donors and big Republican money, he knows that he has to say the things that these old millionaires and billionaires want to hear. Oh, you want to hear that you can whip black people in line? I'm going to say it, massa. So Ron DeSantis got a massa too. It's the people that's backing him and funding him. And so, but guys, make sure you get your copy of the In Touch News and Radio newspaper this month. It talks about all of the events coming up for the month of June, and the most important one is the weekend of Juneteenth, where we all need to be participating in these events. Now, let's talk about this housing crisis that is sweeping across America, where renters can't afford to rent homes. Nobody can afford the apartments. Out there where we live at, down 301 at the back end, after you cross Big Bend, all those beautiful apartments, like they literally just built thousands of apartments and the parking lots are empty. You know why? Because a one bedroom starting at $2,000.
I'm about to say one bedroom was like $3,000.
Yeah, they starting out big time. So who can afford that? Not even the people who work at the grocery store.
I'm trying to find where them jobs at that support that.
Look, I ain't trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. People can't look. You remember the black man, the black gentleman that was running? I forgot what. I think he was running for mayor for New York City, and he had a whole campaign where he said the rent too damn high, and that took off all across America. People got what this older black man was saying. The rent is just too damn high. Yeah. People can't afford rent these days. And I thought, I was just so ready to kick my son out, him, his baby mama, and my 4 grandchildren. Y'all get out.
Y'all get out. But
then I was saying, I'm just like, I'm not finna put my son and my family in danger of being evicted. I'm just like, son, well, let's just work something out. You just stay on this side of the house, and I'm gonna just stay on this side. That's like now. He just called me right before the show started. He was just like, Ma, Are you busy? I said, I just got to the radio. So he said, well, let me tell you what happened before you get home. As soon as he said, let me tell you what happened, I already knew something had to happen.
Oh, man. But unfortunately, that's just what it is right now.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's like, Mom, the dog got in the house and she knocked over your bowl. And I'm just like, oh, my goodness. Okay, son, that's all right. I get it together. But we have to take a few lessons from the Mexicans, the Jamaicans, the Arabics, because guess what? The Bahamians, because guess what they do? All their family members live in one house, and they live there anywhere from 4 to 6 months, and when that one family move at a time. And that's what but in the black family, we be so worried about who gonna help pay the bills.
Yeah.
Who gonna help pay? You living in your mama house, and you don't pay no rent because the house paid off. Your mama went on to glory. And now you trying to charge your children money to live with you and something that you ain't paying. I could be like, okay, y'all, come on, let's split the bills. Let's split the cable bill. Let's split the water bill. Let's split the utility, the light bill. Let's split the utility bills every month. But come on, man, you trying to charge your children rent to stay someplace where you staying free. This is what angers me about the black race, or how we be so happy to want to take advantage of our own family members. Like, if you know that they need help, give them a time limit. Give them a time limit. Give them time. But see, one thing I made a vow to my grandmother is that I will hang on to my children until they turn the age of 30. You know why I chose to do that, B? Is because my children ain't never been here before.
Right.
My children have never been on this earth before. So I made the conscious decision to have 2 beautiful children, a queen and a king. So it's the empress duty, it's the priestess duty to make sure that her family, her genes, her bloodline is taken care of. So, my daughter tells me all the time, she say, Mama, sometimes my friend girls, they get upset because I'm just like, why they get upset with you? You don't do nothing. She say, no, Mama, they not mad at me. They mad at me because either they went through the foster care system or either they were adopted and I got you. They mad because I got a good mama. And I said, wait a minute now. The jealousy trend not changed. Now you got people around here jealous because I'm taking care of my kids. Well, I come from a 2-parent family. I come from a loving family. I come from a father who made sure that I knew what it took to be business. I'm 12 years old and my dad has me at the kitchen table with a manual typewriter where you going tick, 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 tick. And my dad showed me how to type. I type literally almost 218 words a minute. Because of that beautiful black king that taught me. I was writing out the family checks to pay the family bills when my mom and dad were at work. My dad was like, these are the bills. Remember how we showed you how to write it out? And when my mom and dad used to get home, and I used to have all the checks on the envelopes for my dad to look over them. Like, my dad taught me to be the businesswoman that I am. My mom and dad adopted one of my cousins. And when we went to court, the judge asked my parents, what lawyer did the adoption paperwork? And I was sitting in the courtroom with my parents, and my mom and dad say, that's our daughter did that. The judge asked me to stand up, and I stood up. The judge was just like, how old are you, sweetheart? I said, I'm about to be 16. And he said, you wrote at 15 years old, I constructed that my cousin that my parents were getting ready to adopt, that her mama couldn't come back and try to take her after my mom and dad hadn't fixed her up and, made her the beauty queen that she is. Now my little sister, she's living in Detroit, Michigan, and she has it going on, honey. She has 3 beautiful kids. I'm so proud of her. She has a beautiful husband, but this is where I come from. So I teach the young women and the women that follow me and the young men that follow me, I teach them home value. I teach them the value of family and what it takes to stay together. When things got rough, just like in everybody else's family, what I seen was the women in my family getting together and praying. You prayed until things changed, and you prayed without ceasing, because God hears the fervent prayer of the righteous. He always gonna answer the righteous. And what I mean by the righteous, he gonna answer the people who come to him all the time faster than the ones who just, you know what, God, I'm in trouble, I need your help. God don't work that way. Because sometimes it be God that's whipping you when you thinking that somebody else is doing something to you. No, it's God saying, look, I'm going to need for you to get back in line, and I'm going to need for you to straighten up.
I need you to get it together.
Yeah, all the way together. All the way together. So this is what the Breaking Generational Curses conference is about also, is that I'm going to be showing you all how to remain in the family values and how to have your loved ones who are there for you and who want to be there for you. Guys, we're being cued in for another commercial break. We'll be right back because we're going to finish this very, very hot topic because I want my people to live and not die. We'll be right back.
In Touch Radio, where you can listen to a cruising flow of smooth soul and jazz, today's R&B, a fun touch of hip-hop and gospel.
All my music on one station.
Giving you a buffet of music, news, and entertainment. We're In Touch Radio.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call Herman White at 961-6661. That's 961-6661. By now, we're all aware of the dangers of COVID-19. Like others with existing health issues, cancer patients are at a high risk due to their compromised condition. If you are newly diagnosed with cancer, your care likely can't wait. Moffitt Cancer Center is the best place for your cancer concerns and to provide guidance to help you plan your next steps. We're here for you. Call 1-888-456-2839 or go to moffitt.org/here-for-you.
Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay. Welcome back to the Stay Woke Show with your host, DR.Michelle Williams, bringing you today's episode. And this morning, I touched along the lines and we gave a huge congratulations to our first elected black female mayor in Duval County. Jacksonville showed up and showed out at the polls for this woman to win this seat, and it is making national headline news. And we want to say congratulations to Attorney Clinton Paris, who brought and broke that story for us to hear it in Tampa Bay, because a win that big is a win for everybody. And I want to say congratulations. Hi, baby. I see I got some family in the house. Hey, hey, hey. Listen, we're talking about generational curses right now. And this means so much to me because, I guess when you cut and born from a different cloth, I don't know. I wasn't born in a house where my mom sat on the phone and gossiped. I wasn't born in a household where my dad smoked cigars and cigarettes, and my parents have never drank. My parents have never done drugs. I promise you, I've never heard my parents even say a swear word. I've never heard my parents even curse. And I'm just like, I'm over 50. I'm the eldest. I'm an eldest. Sometimes I look at my sisters and brothers like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. So listen, we are so happy. We're so happy that we're gonna have this conference in a week and a half.
So you got 3 days. Is that what it is? It's
yes,
3 days?
3 days. The conference is 3 days.
Okay, so but the first day, you explained the first day?
The first day is we're going to all meet at the Hard Rock Casino.
Hard Rock, we're going to gamble? No
gambling. We're going to go upstairs. We're going to go upstairs to eat. We're going to break bread with each other. We're going to break bread. Yeah, we're going to break bread. And then that Saturday, where everybody comes to 10101 US 92 to the SD Banquet Hall. The event center is where it's going down.
So what's going down at the banquet hall? You said 3 days, but you didn't.
Okay, so let me break it down. I got some live entertainment that's going on. Okay.
Okay.
We got some live entertainment that's going on at the event. We got look, y'all, I don't even know about my own event. I know I got Minister Scrappy out of St. Petersburg.
Minister Scrappy.
Yes. And guess what? We got Vizzo.
What? Who
We
that?
got Vizzo.
Oh, okay.
Let me get a little bit closer. We got Vizzo.
Yeah.
We got Vizzo in the house. And I have a very, very, very special guest that's going to be joining us for one of the headline acts for this event. And I'm just so elated.
And this is at the SD Banquet Hall
on US 92.
On US 92. What time?
2 p.m. from 2 to 6 p.m.
2 to 6 p.m.
Is
it an all-white affair?
It's an all-white affair.
So
free food, free drinks, no liquor. I got my babies in the house. So
it's family oriented.
It's family oriented.
That's what I'm talking about.
And this, you want to hear this, B? I had teenagers who follow me and who've come to the river ceremonies where I've done cleansing at the river. I do that once a month. I
didn't know that.
Yeah. So once a month, I do the invite and I take everybody over to the river. And we do the offering, and I have food and drinks out there, and it's family oriented also. And we all sit out on our towels and blankets and under the umbrellas and tents, and we just sit down and we fellowship. Nice. We sit down and fellowship, and people get up and share their stories, and we just leave everything at the water. The water is so calming. The water is so peaceful. We leave it there. We leave it before God. Everybody stands up. I do a little song praise. We face the east. We praise God. Because, people don't understand the aesthetics of, we call it the four corners of the earth, the north, the south, the east, and the west. So when you're praying for better days and you need things to be released and you need business to come in, to my entrepreneurs and everything, you face the east and you pray. When you need to get the attention of the Holy Father, you face the north. When you need to, when you need to put things behind you, you face the south.
So we need a compass when we go.
Yeah.
I'm
when you need to put things to bed, you face the west. Because what happens in the west?
The sun sets in the west.
The sun sets in the west. And you know what how my grandmother taught me to pray? My grandmother say, anytime that you got things that are going on, you say this: as I face the west, just as the sun only sets to rise no more, neither are the problems that's going on in my life. Once I set you to the west, you will rise no more again in my life. So that's why I pray to the west. But when I was, praying about Ron DeSantis, I had to do it. I was doing an about face. I was doing an about face to the four corners, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, Lord, I need your help on this one.
I need to pray on all corners.
Yes, I need.
Left, right, northwest, southwest, east, west.
I had to pray, do it like, God, come on. This man cannot be doing this. And look what he's doing in Disney World. Like, how you going to play with the mouse? You know what I'm saying? How you going to play with Cinderella? He around here messing with the castle. You know what I'm saying? He want to build a prison. Like, really?
Yeah.
Really? You want to build a prison next to Disney World? I don't understand this man. I do not understand this man. But, we just got to look at it for what it is. He has a plan. He's hopeful, but it is sad to say that even with Donald Trump going through the things that he's going through, he's still leading in the Republican eyes. He's still leading in the Republican eyes. So we'll see about it. We're going to see what God always has the last and the final say of everything. And this is what I want to remind everybody, that don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged, because things can change. Things can change, and things are going to change. And you just have to be a part of that change. I did a post the other day, and it says, on May 7th, I did this. It says, I don't know who needs to hear this, but God said the wicked are about to be like the troubled sea. He is about to cast dirt upon them. God says there will be no peace for them nor their souls. So all these people that's trying to stir up this strife and the aesthetics of racism and the aesthetics of the days of old. You know, we are not living in 1868 no more. We are not our ancestors. And I keep trying to tell, you know, white America, you're not going to get the same, you know, demeanor and behavior like our ancestors had, where they kowtowed down, where they doubled down in your presence. You got some children that are being raised that's going to fight back.
Yeah.
And what's scary about all of this, and I want to talk about a very serious topic before the show ends, is that we have to look at this new gun law that goes in effect July 1st.
July 1st.
So I'm literally going to be getting with other civil rights leaders in the state of Florida and other activists and other organizations for us to get ourselves together and start doing some community outreach to say, look, you all have to keep your children safe right now. Because it's going to be that one gun-ho white person that's going to pull out a gun and says, oh, I thought he had a gun. And now here we go. And we have Governor Ron DeSantis to think about this. We have him to think because he has implemented this law. I'm all for sensible gun laws. And let me tell you, I am a huge supporter of the NRA. I've said this for over 20 years. I support the NRA. I believe in the Second Amendment right. But guess what? I want sensible gun laws to be passed, not something that you say, look, if you're of age and you qualify and you can go buy a gun, go buy a gun. A permitless. Really?
Yeah.
Really, this only hurts the Floridians. This hurts our guests who come and visit this state. Because what if you have a guest, a visitor, visiting the state of Florida, and then they don't know about the gun laws.
They don't know nothing about
They don't
that.
know anything about the gun laws. The next thing you know, we have a tourist that is killed.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what the tourism board is really going to say and think about this. You know what? That's my homework assignment on Monday. I'm going to reach out to the tourism board to say, what are your thoughts on this? This is going to hinder tourism for the state of Florida. And this is how a lot of businesses make money in the state of Florida is by tourism. The concerts that come. You know, if Ron DeSantis wants to pull this trick, this coup, I call it a coup. If the governor for the state of Florida wants to pull this gun law coup, then I think that all artists who want to come to the state of Florida this year should cancel their concerts and refund everybody back their money. The only way that white America is to be taught lessons and learn, you have to hit white America where it hurts, and that's their pockets. That is the law. Anytime that you start disrupting and interrupting the white man's money, that's how we have to get their attention. So guess what? If the tourism board has to be under attack until they can get in front of Governor Ron DeSantis to change this, he can veto what he's already signed. He's the governor. Hell, we just looked at him make a new law that says I'm going to stay governor and run for the presidency. Now, where in the world have you
If I lose,
Yeah, just in case I'm lose.
Just in case
I lose, I'm still going to be governor.
I'm still take over.
No, that's it's something. It's that man is crooked. That man is crooked. That man has a crooked spine, and you know it's like Mississippi. M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, hump by I. You know what I'm saying? Just like, man, come on, this. Ooh, mercy, I can't today with myself. I can't stand myself today, y'all. I'm on it today, y'all. I am on one today. So, guys, I'm sorry. It just took me a minute to pull. I wanted to pull up the event so I can actually copy the URL for the event. So let me break it down for you guys again. June 2nd at 8 p.m. we all meet at the Hard Rock Casino in Tampa Bay.
Hard Rock Casino.
Yes, that's the welcome dinner on the second floor at the food court. On June 3rd, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. is the conference at SD Banquet Hall. This is going to be after everybody arrives, we will delight in a day of discovery and connection that will set your soul ablaze starting at 2 p.m. The universe has aligned all of us to be together, and I want to thank my marketing team. I want to thank Mr. David Garcia for putting together this event for me today with all my marketing and creating the event page. And he is all the way up in California. Like, I got people all the way in California working on my behalf to make sure that this event is placed together. June 4th is the River Experience. The pinnacle of this experience awaits you as you join myself, Madam Oshun, for the River Experience. Here you will be transported to new heights of consciousness, allowing yourself to fully surrender to the universe at that moment and feel the divine energy of the river, leaving you renewed and transformed. You can't ask for a better event.
It's good to be grounded.
Yes, it is. So I just want to say we have our headliner event is Mr. Thomas A. Brazel Jr., a.k.a. Tommy Boy. We have pastor and rapper, CEO, division chair of Youth Advocate, father, uncle, husband, and friend, Pastor Scrappy. And then we got the baddest of the Bay, Bizzle.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Don't make me cut. Don't make me cut up over here. Bizzle, let me tell you something. Bizzle sent me his music, right? First of all, I was already wild because when I went through Apple Music and then when I went through Spotify, I'm like, yo, this dude on everything. Like, these are my platforms that I listen to my music. So I'm a huge supporter. So you know what? You made me reinstate my Apple account so I can subscribe to your music.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So I support.
Thank you.
Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be paying this $15.99 a month.
Man, you should have just bought the album. I'm just saying. All right.
But I'm just saying. So guys, we are going to have a great time. We are going to have an experience. We are just it's phenomenal. So I'm getting ready to do this, guys. So how you hit share? Let me copy the link. I'm going to go to the Facebook Live right now, guys. So I want you all to click on the link. And I will put this under the show, today's episode. I will put this under today's episode of the show so you guys can see it also. Okay, let me get out of that because it's echoing. Okay, so I just posted it on my Facebook Live, so now it's there. But this is where we are, guys. We have to understand, in the state of Florida, we have to be proactive when it comes to our safety, and especially the safety of our young black kings and queens walking on the streets. And this is where my heart and my mind is, and I'm fearful of this happening to our children, that we're going to have some quote unquote stand your ground cases that are going to be coming up, and it's going to be ridiculous because
I was just about to say, what are your predictions on this new gun law? Like what do you think it's going to be?
Well, see, first of all, I think the misconception of, and I'm not an attorney, but I've studied the law long enough, and I've been an activist long enough to know, and I know this law pretty much. The first duty of stand your grounds is that you have to offer retreat. Like, you have to try to diffuse that situation, and you can't go and get a weapon, then come back and shoot and kill somebody or stab somebody or hit them with your car. It has to be in the act. Like, the argument has to be, and it almost has to be fair. If they got a pistol, you can have a pistol. If they got a knife, you can have a knife. You know, I'm not going to bring a gun to a knife fight like George Zimmerman brought to a Skittles fight with Trayvon Martin. You know, it has to be equal balance. Oh, and look, there's an attorney that just popped on, Haiti Odepressa, out of Clearwater, Florida, one of the baddest criminal defense attorneys ever. You know what I'm saying? I just love her to death. Well, I won't say to death. I just love her from earth to heaven. Take that back. I hate that. No. My grandma told me, stop saying you love people to death. I'm like, okay. So I just love it. But, you know, and so I want to say that, you know, Haiti has participated, Attorney Haiti Odepressa, she has participated in several forums regarding sensible gun laws and laws in the state of Florida. So I'm just going to say, I'm just throwing this out there, guys. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you need a criminal defense attorney, you may want to look up Haiti, and that's Haydee, Haydee in Clearwater, Florida. So look her up if you have some criminal issues. But she's one of my trusted attorneys that, you know, we talked to. We've been friends for a long time. We met doing some activism when Mayor Bob Buckhorn was doing the civilian review board for the city of Tampa. Haiti was there. She covered the story. And we still talk about that, to this day, that, that whole board is just screwed up. But it is what it is. Some things we just, unless we're willing to fight for it, it's not going to work. But I just want to encourage everybody, remember to get out and vote. If you are a registered voter, get out and vote. If you're not a registered voter, get to the supervisor of election or get over to the NAACP office and get yourself signed up and get your voter's registration card. Make sure that you get all of these things. And guys, I do pardon me for wiping my nose. And I try to tell B, I'm a cold-blooded person. When I get cold, my whole body just start getting cold. Nobody. Normally we turn down the air for me when we turn the air up when I'm here.
I did.
You did? Okay.
I raised it up. I mean, it's still on, but I raised it up.
Okay. So, hey, Pierre Curry. Hello, Miss Mercedes. Hey, Tracy. I just want to say again, thank you so much to all my support teams that have come through social media. I want to thank you all so much for supporting this station. In Touch News and Radio, supporting the owners, Mr. Daryl Johnson and Tampa Bay Tammy. They've been here, like I said, get a copy of this month's newspaper to follow all of the events that is happening in the Tampa Bay area, because they do such a phenomenal job on printing out the monthly paper and the events that people make them aware of. They print them in the paper. So don't ever say that you don't know what's going on, because you also can follow In Touch News and Radio. Look for this logo. See this logo behind me? You can go on YouTube. Look for this. Type in Touch News. And this logo is going to come up, and make sure that you subscribe to the station so you can continue to hear great radio programs such as this. So there's radio programs going on throughout all of the week. I want you guys to start participating, because these are Black voices. Even though we may be in Tampa, Florida, as you can see, we talk about world news. We talk about state news. We talk about news that's pressing our people. We have an immigration bill that the governor for the state of Florida just passed that is going to hurt and harm every immigrant that is here in in the state of Florida. Then we have this senseless, permitless gun law that he just passed that will go in effect on July 1st of this year. So this is where we have to sit down. Parents, you need to sit down with your young children and tell your children how to protect themselves over the summer. Stay in groups, stay in crowds, and stop the beefing. Stop the beefing. We're going to ready to have a long, hard summer. And, I grew up watching a lot of people that I went to school with, that they continued to carry out beefs that their fathers had with other neighborhoods. And at the end of the day, it's called the land under the land. Let me drop a nugget for you all. Your mom and dad can pay for a house for 30 years.
And won't own it.
And will never own it, because it's the land under the land, which means the land that your parents and your grandparents purchased. If the government wants and need that land, it's called the land under the land deed. They can come and put you out of your house that you not paid for over 30 years. You know, renovated, put in a swimming pool, put in palm trees, put in a privacy fence, and the government can come along and say, oh, we want this neighborhood, and we gonna do the land under the land deed. So y'all around here beefing about neighborhoods that your mama don't own. You around here carrying out and continuing these feuds that your daddy started because he was a wimp. Don't nobody want to fight no more. Don't nobody want to get their ass whipped. And I'm calling a spade a spade.
Yep. 100%.
Don't nobody want to get into a regular fight and lose and still live to see another day. But you want to act a coward. You want to act a coward, and you want to kill with a gun. Well, guess what? Guns don't kill people. Stupid people with guns kill people. Chris Tucker, that line in that movie, Money Talks, will go down in history. History. That line is going to go down in history because it is a true fact. Guns don't kill people. It's the stupid, ignorant people with guns that kill people. You thinking that you didn't give this person life, but now you want to take this person's life. We got too many gods out here thinking that.
My shoe. Bow.
Yeah, and you
disrespected me. You looked at my girl.
Bow. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be so much. I mean, it's terrible.
And the thing about it is, the age 21 to get a gun. As long as you ain't got no felons.
I know.
And you ain't on felony probation, you 21, you could go get a gun now. So How many young people that's 21-year-olds are looking forward to turning 21 the month of June and in July to go and buy a gun? And guess what? They ain't got to fill out no more paperwork, be asked no questions. So parents, if you're going to have children that are going to be gun owners, make sure you take them over to places like Shoot Straight and teach them how to shoot the gun.
Right.
Teach them how to shoot the gun. I was 9 years old when I killed my first hog. My great-grandfather was sitting behind me, and he was just like, pull the trigger. And I'm just like, but I don't want to kill him. And then my granddad say, well, how you going to eat tonight? And I said, boom. And
I'm hungry.
So at 9 years old, I had a rifle in my hand. So
damn, I didn't want to.
That bacon was good.
It's pretty good, though.
That pork chop. That pork chop, that roast was good. But I'm just saying, we have to teach our children how to use guns properly. And so a lot of you all that went out and you jumped and you went and got your marijuana card, guess what? You can't own a gun and have the marijuana card. So you have to give up one.
Yeah.
You got to give up one. So you can't own a gun in the marijuana card. You got to give up one. If you get caught with a gun and you got your marijuana card on you, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get in trouble. So I'm just dropping some real nuggets for you today. So you better know the law. You know, it's still gun laws that you have to follow in the state of Florida. You still have to have it properly sealed in your car. It still has to be properly sealed. You still have to have the 3-step process in order to get right. You still got to have the 3-step process. You still can have your concealed weapon. If you have your concealed weapons license, you can have it on your person. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But so just know that you all know the law. And actually, I had a couple major news outlets reach out to me, including CNN, that want me to moderate an event regarding this new gun law. CNN, I'm talking about CNN coming from Atlanta, Georgia, to view, and I'm going to be on the world stage. DR.Michelle Williams, girl, you have arrived. You know what it was? I think it was that, I'm taking my dietary supplements and everything because I said that, I dropped a few inches. I'm just trying to look good in my all white. So when I come in and y'all stand up and y'all applaud, I'm like, what? I'm coming in to show out. I'm coming in to show out. So, guys, we have had another great show, and I can't thank my board engineer, my radio engineer, Bezo. I call him Big B. He is programming my phone. Big B.
Yeah.
He programming my phone. I got to tell y'all a funny. So, guys, I had, called myself being a little rapper, right? I was rapping to this song, and I had sent it to Bizzle. And Bizzle said, he sent me back. He said, I can't fix that, Miss Michelle. He was just like, not even auto-tune can fix that, Miss Michelle. I'm like, dang, man. Well, you get what I want to say. We got to go in the studio. B got a nice studio, so we going to go in the studio. So I'm looking forward to some things that he and I are putting together. And we're going to keep you all abreast here on In Touch News and Radio, where we all are reality stars. We want to thank the owners again, Tampa Bay Tammy and Mr. DJ Daryl Johnson. Thanking my engineer today, B. Thank you so much for all your great work that you do for me. This is DR.Michelle Williams signing off on the Stay Woke Show. Happy Saturday.
Hey, yo, obvious. Yo. Bezo. We did it again, bruh. I'm up on my way. My way, yeah. In my zone, yeah, I'm gone. I'm up on my way. Super fly, super high. Yeah, I'm up on my way, yeah. In my zone, yeah, I'm gone. I'm up on my way. Gotta get up, gotta get focused, gotta be patient.